We're at Willow Haven Farm in the sheep pasture. Hi, I'm Tessa. I'm the farmer's wife, and my kids, dogs, calves, cows, and the sheep are out here. And we're doing something that we're not going to do again for a long time. We're catching the sheep because we are going to be selling them, or actually bartering them to a neighbor for some other things that we need. So Farmer Ruben and the kids have been doing this a couple times a year since 2010, for a lot of years. So they've gotten good at it. Our sheep are very timid and very skittish. They're very independent. They have not had to really be in our presence because they just spend most of their time out here in the pasture. They give birth by themselves and just graze, and they don't really need much from us. All they need is good fencing in order to keep them where they belong. And so we use the fencing here in order to create kind of a funnel for them to go into the corral there. And as long as we just calmly keep them going in the direction that we want them to go, they usually go down. We learned over the years that the worst thing to do is to run after the sheep, because they just scatter and they're a ton faster than we are. I think this is Katya's first time out in the pasture catching sheep. And it looks like we have one lamb that's been born probably this week. And so the lamb is gonna go with them. We've had these sheep, these are Jacob sheep. We've had them for 10 years. We've made a few purchases for additional ones as we've been raising them and breeding them. And the primary reason that we got them was to satisfy the farm grandma in her desire for wool, good quality wool for her weaving and spinning and knitting. And at this point, she has so much wool in her house that she doesn't need us to keep these sheep. And so if in the future she gets through all this wool, then we'll decide what to do next. But for now, Farmer Ruben wants to not have the sheep so that we can use the pastures more efficiently for the young cows. And allow some of our pastures to recover from what the sheep have done over the years as they've lived here. So it's just been a little bit too much work at different times of the season where we've had to pay attention to the sheep. They don't contribute to the farm monetarily, so but they do take our time, and they feed in the winter, so we're done with sheep for now, even though they're pretty and they're beautiful and it's really fun to have the lambs in the spring. But I think that the kids won't mind too much not being called out to catch sheep. But today they seem pretty happy to be getting a short lesson, a break from their lessons today in order to do this job. So Simeon's been doing this since he was 8, and he's got a pretty good handle on how to do it now. So, oh, now they are calling for the fence. Oh, not the fence, just people. Don't walk, just walk. And they're closing the gate. And there they are. They've pretty calmly been caught. And they're gonna hang out here until their new owners come get them. Try to get you a close-up of that little lamb. And we just have to make sure that this is very secure, because the sheep are pretty ingenuitive and able to get out of here if there's any gaps. You can see that we've got 2-horned, 3-horned, and 4-horned ewes here. Jacob sheep are typically 2 or 4 horns. And they are beautiful. They've got different colors of whites and grays, off-whites and grays and browns. And the texture is really, really nice. The kids are wearing vests and sweaters made out of wool.
Baby one.
You can see Simeon's vest there. That's made out of the wool from this. My mom sorts the different colors in order to have the different brown stripes. Anyone else wearing one of Grandma's vests?
No. My hat's right there. Drums on it.
Yeah. Simeon's hat is here. Matches a sweater or a vest that he's had in the past. And the dogs get pretty excited about this job, but they don't, we've learned that they are not useful. They make more trouble than it's worth having them in here. We've tried to give them the idea of what they're supposed to do, but we're not trained shepherds, so we haven't been able to train the dogs to do it. So, even though their instinct makes them very interested in it. So there you go. The last close-up of the sheep at Willow Haven Farm. And the arrangement what we have with the new owners is as they breed them, they'll be raising them the same way that we do, grass-fed, and they're willing to sell the meat back to us for our members. So we'll still have lamb when it's available from these sheep raised here, born and raised here at Willow Haven Farm. All right, have a great weekend. Enjoy the warmer weather. Spring is on its way. Talk to you later. Bye.